What a lovely garden. Anyway, that's not the point of the video. Every now and then you get a job that comes along and you think, yeah, I'm going to enjoy that. And this is one of those. I was asked by this customer to come and have a look at a couple of little jobs. One was replacing a tap in the bathroom, which was easy, and the other one was a bit of work in the kitchen. Okay. What they would like to do is to replace this dining table, which as you can see can seat 4, possibly 5, with a longer one, so that they can seat 6, possibly 7. And we need to extend it longer. But this is made of solid laminate, which is incredibly hard. Nice texture, nice colours. And what we're going to do is to replace it with an oak tabletop, 4 planks with breadboard ends. I'll show you that later. And it's going to have a tubular steel frame to support the open end, and that's going to be very specific. And where possible, apart from the oak, we're going to try and match these colours, which is sort of greys and browns, and it's really nice. So that's the project that I've got, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm going to show you this step by step, because sometimes you see these videos on YouTube of guys making things, and they've got a lovely workshop, 1,000 square foot, and every power tool you can imagine. I haven't got that. I've got a quarter of a domestic garage and inadequate tools, and I'm going to do the best I can, but with being a bit clever and careful, we'll be able to come out with a fantastic result, I think. So follow along and see how I get on and see the result. And the customers just said they'd like it for Christmas, and it is now the middle of October. Oh, no pressure then. Anyway, let me show you what we've got. Our Acer showing some autumn colour. It's a real delight, this is. Right. 3 slabs of oak. Well, there is actually 4. I'll show you the 4th in a moment. And a space not big enough to make a table in. So this is the oak that we got from Shelmore Timber, and it hasn't got a lot of knots in it, but the figuring that it has is really nice. A little bit pippy in parts. Here we have a few, and nice grain structure. There's a few medullary rays that I've seen, and okay, there's a shake on the end of that. That's going to get cut out, probably be used for other parts, and it warps in every direction. Okay, now as you can see, I do not have space to get in a jointer plane. Well, I have a jointer plane, and there it is, under restoration. So yeah, I'm going to use it, but I'm not going to use it to do the basic work on this table. It's too much work, and unfortunately my shoulder won't let me do that. So what I'm going to do is use a router sled. Now, for those of you who are familiar with it, this will come as no surprise. But if you're not, basically I bought some aluminium section known as 40/40 aluminium extrusion, because it's 40mm on a side, and I'm going to support slab, that's number 4. I'm going to support the plank there, and then the router with its blade goes backwards and forwards over it. The blade is set to the lowest point. This particular piece warps that way and in every other direction. So setting the blade at its lowest point, and it'll machine off everything above that, and that'll leave me with a very flat surface from which I can then machine the other surfaces. Quite straightforward, noisy, creates a lot of sawdust which will be useful on the wood burner. And then I've got the other 3 to do. I don't actually mind having warps, cups, shakes and all the other problems that you get with wood at this point, because this is the tension coming out of the wood after being milled and kiln dried. It's settling down, and doing it now is great because I don't want it to do it when it's actually in the table. So the table. Now, of course, without a plan you haven't got anything. This is a slightly older version of the generalised plan. So there's, sorry, let me just move those out of the way. There we are, so you can see it. That's the kitchen island that you saw before, and this is looking at the side of the table, the tabletop, tubular legs. And then general arrangement. That's actually out of date now. What we're doing is this, which is a lot more complicated. So we've got floating tenons along the middle, and then breadboard ends which are mortise and tenoned into the, well, the planks are into the breadboard end, and these holes are going to get slotted to allow for the planks to expand. The metal leg arrangement, I've actually got a diagram of it, I haven't, but basically what it is 2 vertical tubes with one going across the bottom, and then in the bottom of the verticals we're going to have adjustable feet to allow for the floor being uneven. And I'm going to weld into the vertical legs just a footplate. Right, so the top of the vertical legs is going to have a plate welded to it with screw holes in for each plank, 4 per, and other than the 2 in the middle, 4 in the middle rather, the rest are going to be slotted so that it'll allow for the wood to expand. The part that fixes onto the island is going to be an L-shaped bracket with similar holes and slots fitted onto it, and the brackets themselves are going to be held on with M10 stainless screws going into threaded inserts, which will go into the wood. Pretty chunky things. There's going to be quite a few of those. And finally, this is the router blade. It's a surface mill, so that'll take off lots of surface. So there you go. So that's it. That's the material. That's the project. Please follow along, because this is the first time I've done this, and so it's paid training, if you will, and I'm really excited about it, although it may not show in my voice, and my customer is by Christmas, and well, let's see what happens. There's probably going to be a video every couple of weeks, because I've got to fit this into my day job as well. So there we go. Anyway, thank you for watching, and that was a robin flying past, by the way. That was our garden robin. He sits in the Acer singing to himself, or singing to me. Anyway, catch you next time. Thanks for watching.